Our sponsor is Swagbucks, a great way to earn some extra cash for free. I've tried it myself and it actually works. All you do is go online, you take some surveys, you can watch videos and play games, and you earn Swagbucks. Redeem your Swagbucks for free gift cards and even cash gift cards. Click the link in the description and get a $5 sign-up bonus. What's going on, guys? We have some brand new news and developments for the Dragon Ball Super movie, which kind of goes behind the scenes, talks about the new Dragon Ball War Room that they've created, some of what's happened with Toriyama behind the scenes, how he's communicated with Toei Animation regarding the movie. And so we're going to talk about all those things here. There is some interesting developments. We do get some more tidbits of information, but nothing like crazy and major yet. But this still is some really interesting information that I'm sure you diehard Dragon Ball fans are going to want to know. So it's brand new stuff. So let's dive in, and we'll go to Herms98's Twitter because he's been translating this. According to the Dragon Room chief, the Dragon Ball Super movie will have a multi-layered story with parts set in both the past and present and multiple settings. Toriyama's provided the story in over 20 sheets of designs, including characters, machines, and at least one new planet. So, okay, this is really, really big news. So it's gonna talk about the origin of the Saiyans, some of this is gonna explain these ancient Saiyans, which probably are from Dragon Ball Legends. It seems like the new guy from the movie, obviously he's an ancient Saiyan, and so it's probably going to go and have a lot of backstory about those characters. That's what it sounds like to me. Now, there is going to be a new planet. I'm wondering if this has something to do with the origin of the Saiyans. Like, were they originally from some planet that is not Planet Vegeta or Planet Sadala? This could be interesting, and it could explain, the origin of the Saiyans, like what planet they're actually from. Maybe that's where this one of these settings takes place. So I'm guessing what this means is that it's gonna, this new Saiyans will appear. It's gonna, maybe they'll fight a little bit. Maybe like Goku fights the one guy in that like icy realm, and then maybe like Piccolo, Gohan, Vegeta, the rest of the crew are fighting in like different parts of the world against these different Saiyans. And maybe they'll explain to Goku and company, they'll have some backstory, talk about where they're from and how they got there. We still don't know how they got there, but one of the lines from the Dragon Ball Legends video game is said that there is chaos in time and space, and I don't know if that has anything to do with the movie, but it very well might. Okay, so working out the story with Toriyama was done mainly via email, with them meeting in person once every 2 months. It all started around spring of 2017 when they provided Toriyama with several proposals for a new movie, which mostly rejected, did get him thinking. Basically what this means is they can't just go and do whatever they want with Dragon Ball because it's Toriyama's story, it's his intellectual property, and they basically have to get his approval for anything that they want to do. But that doesn't mean as a company that they can't constantly push him to do more and more and more. Like, hey, we want to do this movie, here's a ton of ideas for movies. And basically Akira said no to all of them, but with all these proposals for movies, it did get him thinking about, a concept for what this new movie, Origin of the Saiyans, is going to be about. So once he decided that, okay, I'm going to do, this story about Origin of the Saiyans, but he was worried that it was too short. It was expanded, but then it became too long, and now Toei is working on pulling it all together. So I guess his original story was maybe just Goku fighting this ancient Saiyan, and then it expanded to include a whole bunch of other Saiyans in different locations across the world, and they also want to do some backstory. And yeah, that is a lot of different things going on, and so obviously they're probably want to keep it to an hour and a half. So it looks like Toei is still working on flushing out the storyboard and things like that, but I'm assuming that they've already plenty started working on things that they know are going to be in there for sure. Okay, so I'm not really sure what this means here, but the Dragon Room Chief mentions that telling a complete story in 2 hours is possibly easier for Toriyama than doing the story for a long-running TV show, but this is reference to 2 hours seems like a figure of speech rather than the literal runtime of the final film. So I'm not sure if he's talking about, it's easier for Toriyama to do movies instead of series, so we're not going to get more Super, or if he's just speaking figuratively that, which is more likely the case, that he's just saying, oh, well, he did a whole Dragon Ball Super series, so you know, he can do these movies a lot easier. I'm not 100% sure what exactly that means. Okay, so this talks a little bit about how they actually auditioned for the new character designers. So Shintani, the guy who is the chief animation supervisor for the Dragon Ball Super movie, and the reason that Goku looks so much different than what we're traditionally used to is because of Shintani. But he had to actually audition for that role. So he is pretty much a newbie over there at Toei, and pretty much an amateur, but this is like his big shot and his big break. So, but he earned it, essentially. So what Toriyama wanted is characters that they could stand straight and look cool. And he said it's easy for, I guess, a character look facing to one side. I think they mean like the 45-degree angle, which is like very traditional. And yeah, it is way easier to have that like dynamic, diagonal, which obviously adds like some action to the scene, even if it's a still frame. As an artist, that adds value to the picture. But what Toriyama wants is being able to consistently have cool looking, straightforward facing characters, which is very flat 2D. I'm not really sure why he cares about that so much, but hey, he is Toriyama Sensei. You know, I'm not going to question him. So I guess Toriyama is really focused on the fundamentals, and he said he also thoroughly checked body balance to see if candidates properly understood the body inside the martial arts uniform. In the end, Toriyama personally selected Shintani as the new character designer. So that was Toriyama's decision. He loved the new Goku. He loved Shintani's ability for proportioning and, you know, anatomy and stuff, and that's why he won the role. So while a lot of you guys may not like the art for the movie because you're resistant to change, or you don't like the way it looks, you like Takahashi and stuff like that, that's why I keep saying, guys, give it a chance, because obviously these guys know what they're doing, and I know this is Shintani's like big chance to like make a really big impact, especially for Dragon Ball, but I think he's going to do a phenomenal job. I think we're going to be like in real shock at like how amazing this movie is. So this part talks about the delivery of the film all over the world, but obviously it's going to be just like the first two movies. It's going to come out in Japan first, and then it takes time to, you know, dub it and everything like that and get it out. So probably not going to get simultaneous worldwide release. That's pretty much just wishful thinking. Ioku says Toriyama's story includes a lot of fan service, though in context, Herms98 believes that he means more in like crowd-pleasing sense than the sexiness scene. Still, he does say elsewhere that Bulma and the rest of the female cast this time around will be extra cute. Well, okay, so hopefully fan service by giving us some Ultra Instinct and some transformations, maybe some fusions or something like that. Having a bunch of Ancient Saiyans come back is total fan service. That's something that I know the fan base would love to see. I mean, would they give Bulma big titties or something like that? I mean, that's cool too. So this is the first article in a new continuing feature on the Dragon Ball official site called Dragon Ball Movie Frontline, which will track new info on the movie, including staff and cast interviews. So this is really good news, guys. So this website now, this is the first article on here. I'm going to bookmark this page and check it every day so that as soon as we get any more information, I will release that to you guys as we learn it about the movie. But this is really neat because they're going to be continually pumping out info. They're still seems like they're still working out the kinks, and having that December 14th release, if they're still working out kinks, it doesn't leave a lot of time, but I mean, they'll get it done regardless. This website will give us new information as it's released. It's always fun to read the interviews with Toriyama and some of the staff. That usually does give us some helpful information as well. So I'll put a link to this in the description if you guys want to see it. Also, Herms98, I'll put his Twitter in the description as well. So if you want to go read these for yourself. And he's always, he reads this stuff and he translates it. So thanks to him for all that. But this is really exciting news. I'm excited about these different landscapes, a new planet and some storyline, like a lot of backstory about these Saiyans. We still don't have a reason as to why ancient Saiyans are here on Earth. Maybe they are frozen. Maybe that's not Earth where Goku is fighting. That is a huge possibility. So in the meantime, guys, I am almost done with Anime War episode 7. I know you guys have been anxiously waiting for this Vegeta fight for like a freaking year, and it is finally coming. I think I still need about another week, maybe a week and a half to finish this thing, and I cannot wait to unleash it upon the world. So that's all I got for this one, guys. Thanks, and I'll be talking to you soon with some more videos. Peace.